Maya was about to find wasn't abandoned. It was waiting. And tonight, she would make first contact. This is What Sleeps Beneath Harrow Falls, Episode 4, First Contact. The forest felt different. Not because of the fog, not because of the silence, because it knew she had returned. Maya stood before the abandoned Caldwell Mine, the same rusted entrance, the same broken warning sign, the same darkness waiting beyond the gate. Only this time, she wasn't searching for stories. She was searching for proof. Proof that the voice was real. Proof that her grandfather had been telling the truth. Proof that something still lived beneath Harrow Falls. She adjusted the straps of her backpack. Inside, a flashlight, extra batteries, a body camera, an audio recorder, her phone, nothing more. She looked toward the tunnel. The wind stopped. Every tree around her became still. Even the birds had disappeared. The entire forest was listening. Maya switched on her body camera. A small red light appeared, recording. She took one slow breath, then stepped inside. The daylight vanished behind her. Cold air wrapped around her body. The deeper she walked, the quieter everything became. Water dripped somewhere. Far ahead, one drop, then another, then silence. The beam from her flashlight cut through the darkness. Old wooden supports lined the tunnel. Most were rotten, some had collapsed. But something caught her attention. Fresh mud, not scattered, pressed into the ground. Footprints. She stopped, knelt beside them. 1, 2, 3. More than one person. The edges were still sharp. Whoever made them hadn't been gone long. She slowly stood. The footprints continued, deeper into the mine. Every instinct told her to turn back. She didn't. Instead, she followed them. The tunnel narrowed. The air grew colder. The familiar hum returned. Soft, low, steady. She froze. The hum stopped. She waited. Nothing. She took another step. The hum returned, almost answering her movement. Maya lifted the recorder. The tiny screen lit up. The sound levels rose by themselves. No voices, only the hum. Constant. Perfectly steady. She whispered, "Who's there?" Nothing answered. Only the darkness. She kept walking. The wooden supports gradually disappeared. Now the tunnel was carved entirely from stone. Natural rock. Ancient. Uneven. As if this place had existed long before the mine. Her flashlight swept across the walls. Strange carvings, circles, lines, hands, eyes, symbols she had never seen before. Some were faded, others looked freshly cleaned. She reached out. Her fingers brushed the stone. It felt warm. She pulled her hand away immediately. Stone shouldn't be warm. Not this deep underground. A sudden sound echoed ahead. Click. Maya raised her flashlight. Nothing. Then, another click. Closer, she moved carefully, every step slow, controlled. The tunnel opened slightly. A single candle burned quietly on the ground. Fresh wax ran down its side. Someone had lit it recently. She looked around. No one. Just the candle. Its flame never moved. There was no wind. Beside it, another candle. Then another. And then another. They formed a trail, leading farther into the darkness. Maya followed. One candle, then the next. The air suddenly smelled different. Not damp, not rotten. Fresh, like someone had been here only moments ago. Maya lowered her flashlight. Something lay on the ground, a piece of fresh bread. She frowned. Bread didn't belong here. She looked farther ahead. Another loaf, still untouched. Then, a bottle of clean water, its plastic shining beneath the flashlight. Someone was bringing supplies into the mine. Regularly, the trail of candles didn't end. It led beyond the pillars, toward a place hidden by darkness. Maya tightened her grip on the flashlight. Every instinct told her she was getting close, very close, to whatever had been waiting beneath Harrow Falls. The tunnel opened completely. A hidden chamber stretched before her, much larger than she expected. The ceiling disappeared into darkness. Ancient stone pillars surrounded the room. Every wall was covered with symbols. Some were carved, others painted in black. The candles continued burning. Their light barely reached the corners. Maya stepped inside. Her footsteps echoed through the chamber. Then she saw them. Offerings. Fresh, not forgotten. Fresh bread, still soft. Clean water, recently opened. Fresh fruit, flowers, photographs, family photographs. Some old, some new. Entire families, smiling. Children, parents, grandparents, all placed carefully around the stone altar. Nothing looked abandoned. Everything looked intentional. Maya slowly lifted one photograph. A family standing in front of their home. Someone had written a single date on the back. Only 3 days ago. She swallowed hard. Someone had been here recently. She placed the photograph back. Then, something smaller caught her eye. Near the altar lay a tiny shoe. A child's shoe. Pink, covered with fresh mud. Almost new. Maya slowly knelt. She picked it up. The mud was still wet. Her breathing slowed. This shoe didn't belong in an abandoned mine. She searched the ground. Tiny footprints, small enough to belong to a child. They didn't lead outside. They continued deeper into the darkness. The hum returned, stronger than ever. Not through the tunnel, not through the walls. It surrounded her. The candles began to flicker. One after another. The air grew colder. Maya switched off her flashlight. For 1 second, she listened. Silence. Complete silence. Then, something moved. She turned. Instantly, nothing. Only switched the flashlight back on. The chamber was empty. She took another step. A deep sound echoed ahead. Not a footstep, not falling rock. Something much heavier. Another sound, closer. The beam of her flashlight shook slightly. Not because of the batteries, because her hands were shaking. She forced herself forward. The tunnel beyond the chamber was impossibly dark. The flashlight couldn't reach the end. The hum stopped. Everything stopped. The silence pressed against her ears. Then she saw it. A shape, standing at the mouth of the tunnel. Too tall, too broad, too still. It didn't move. It didn't breathe. It simply stood there, watching. Its head almost touched the ceiling. Its shoulders filled the tunnel. Darkness wrapped around its body. No face, no details, only a silhouette. Maya couldn't breathe. Neither of them moved. Seconds passed. Then another. Neither looked away. The creature tilted its head, slowly, curiously, almost as if it recognized her. Maya took one careful step backward. The figure didn't follow. It simply watched. The silence became unbearable. Then a voice, clear, calm, ancient, not loud, yet it echoed through every tunnel. We've been waiting. The chamber fell completely still. The voice spoke again. For the last Holt. Maya's heart stopped. She whispered, "Who are you?" No answer, only silence. The figure remained perfectly still, watching, waiting. The candles went out, one by one. Darkness swallowed the chamber. Her flashlight flickered violently. The body camera lost signal. Static filled the screen. Then everything went black. To be continued. Like, subscribe, turn on notifications. It knows your name. Sleep while you still can. We'll meet again beneath Harrow Falls.